Robin Hood, a name that evokes images of daring heists, merry outlaws, and defiance against injustice. But how much of this tale is rooted in history, and how much is a product of imagination? Let's journey through the legend piece by piece. The earliest references to Robin Hood come from the late 14th century. In William Langland's poem Piers Plowman, there's a brief mention of the rhymes of Robin Hood. This tells us one thing. By this time, the stories of Robin Hood were already well-known oral traditions. But these early tales were vastly different from the polished image we have today. The first complete ballads, like A Jest of Robin Hood, emerged in the 15th century. These stories describe a bold outlaw living in Sherwood forest, ambushing the wealthy and sharing the spoils with his band of merry men. However, there's little mention of Maid Marian and Friar Tuck, or even the iconic rivalry with the Sheriff of Nottingham. These elements were added later. Robin Hood was initially portrayed as a common man, a yeoman. He wasn't the nobleman-turned-outlaw we see in modern adaptations. In fact, his character reflected the struggles of the working class against oppressive feudal lords. The big question remains, was Robin Hood a real person? Historians have scoured records from medieval England, looking for evidence of the outlaw. Several men named Robin Hood or Robert Hood appear in legal documents, often listed as fugitives or troublemakers. But these records are inconclusive. The name Robin Hood may have been a generic term for outlaws, much like the term John Doe today. The connection to Robin of Locksley is even murkier. While Locksley is often cited as Robin's birthplace, there's no concrete evidence linking the village to the legendary outlaw. The association seems to come from later romanticized accounts. One of the most enduring parts of Robin Hood's story is his loyalty to King Richard and rebellion against Prince John. However, this connection didn't appear in early ballads. It was a later addition, popularized by 19th-century writers who wanted to tie Robin Hood to real historical figures. Prince John's unpopularity and King Richard's reputation as a hero made for a compelling backdrop, but there's no evidence Robin Hood was involved in these events. Still, the political commentary in these stories resonated with audiences who saw parallels to their own struggles. Robin Hood's story has always evolved to reflect the values of the time. In the medieval ballads, he was a trickster defying authority. By the Victorian era, he became a romantic hero, fighting for justice and equality. From Errol Flynn's swashbuckling portrayal in the 1938 film The Adventures of Robin Hood to modern retellings, each version reimagines the legend. Over time, the stealing from the rich to give to the poor theme became central, making Robin a symbol of hope for the oppressed. Robin Hood's story isn't just about one man. It's about an idea, a belief that the powerful can be held accountable and the powerless can rise. Whether he was real or not, his legend endures because it speaks to universal truths. So, was Robin Hood a myth or reality? The answer lies somewhere in between. While the historical evidence is thin, the legend has become far greater than any single person. Robin Hood is a timeless symbol of resistance, hope, and the fight for justice.